Shabbat Shalom. Kahalo Yahweh Ba'Shem Shabbat Shem Kwakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS, including the elders that came before them that taught us his truth. Shabbat Shalom and salutations to all the brothers that push the word of truth and sincerity. The hopeful elect tabernacle of David. I'm the brother Yahshua back with the World War III daily update. And we're going to keep this one short and sweet. We're going to start right here at 2nd Ezra 13:29. Okay, the time that we're in right now. Behold, meaning look, the days come when the Most High, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, God, will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth. What does it mean to deliver them? It means to save them from the destruction that is coming. The destruction has already begun, meaning World War III, and it's going to culminate in mutually assured destruction with nuclear missiles destroying the earth as we know it. Not the earth, but the world as we know it. The beast system, all right? A lot of people are going to die and be put to death in those nuclear blasts, all right? 200 million missiles, all right, according to the scripture. One warhead, how many nukes does one warhead have in it? Do you know? All right, so before you, oh, there's no 200 million missiles, you don't even know what the hell you're talking about. All right, this is the Most High God's program. All right, so if He said it, guess what? That's what it means. All right. Yes, does Iran have nuclear weapons? Of course they do. All right, don't be fooled. All right, and He shall come to the astonishment of them. All right, who is He going to deliver? He's going to deliver them. Who is this them? This is the elect of the nation of Israel, the 1/3. Okay? Let's prove that real quick so that you understand that there's a method to this. All right? This is Zechariah. There's a method to this. If you know what you're talking about, you can prove it in the scriptures. All right? Zechariah 13. Okay. Quickly, let's read 7. Who are the sheep? The sheep are the nation of Israel. All right. Now it's going to divide them. Awake, O sword, against my shepherd. Who is his shepherd? Okay. Who is the Most High shepherd? All right. The good shepherd is Yahweh Shai, the one that you ignorantly call Jesus. All right. But the shepherds are the preachers, the ones that, are supposed to be out feeding the flock. And against the man that is my fellow, saith the Lord of hosts, smite the shepherd, and the sheep will be scattered, and I will turn mine hand upon the little ones. Who are the little ones? Talking about the nation of Israel. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, talking about the nation, it's a people before it's a place, okay? Saith the Lord, two parts of what? The nation of Israel, okay? All the land of Israel, all right? You can go all the way up here. In that day, there shall be found open in the house of David and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem. This is talking about the nation of Israel, all the way down. Okay? And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. This is the elect of Israel right here. The third part, the 1/3, is the elect. And I will bring the third part through the fire. What fire? The nuclear fire. This is what it means to be saved. He's going to save 1/3, right, of the nation of Israel. And will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call, who's they? The 1/3, the elect, shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say it is my people. They shall say the Lord is my power. Okay? Now let's go to Matthew. Let's get the elect. Let's see. Let's see here. Verse 21. All right. This is Matthew 24 and 21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time. No, nor ever shall be. We're in these days right now. Now listen. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be what? Saved. All right? But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. For the sake of the elect, what? So that the elect can what? Be saved. That's who's going to be saved. Who? The elect. For the elect's sake. All right? That's who's going to be saved. The elect of Israel. All right? Let's get it even. How about this? Now it's going to be even more precise. Let's go to, what is it, 7 or 17? All right, right here. What then? This is Romans 11 and 7. What then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for? Who is Israel? Israel are the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, not the Jews. The Jews represent one of the 12 tribes, the tribe of Judah. Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians. All right, that's Israel. Negroes, Latinos, Seminole Indians, Native Americans. All right. Israel hath not obtained which he seeketh for? That's a question. What then? Right? Israel hath not obtained which he seeketh for, but the election hath obtained it. That's the 1/3. And the rest, who's the rest? We're blinded. The 2/3. Now we go back. We go back here. Zechariah. We go to the 2/3 and the 1. It shall come to pass that in all the land of Israel, meaning the nation, said the Lord, 2 parts, the ones that were blinded, shall be cut off and die. But the 1/3 shall be left therein. The 1/3 is the elect. Who is going to be saved? But for the elect's sake, those days shall be short. Now, I had to go through that to show you that there is a method to this. All right? How are they going to be saved? We're going to show you the saving, and then we're going to show you the great destruction of the nuclear missiles. All right? First, let's show you the missiles. Because the missiles have to do with World War III. Zechariah 14 and 12. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all of the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. Nuclear blast does that. Okay? Let's get this. Receive not all right. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, right? Come out of her, my people. Who are God's people? Israel. That ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. Come out of her, meaning get beamed up into these chariots. Go watch yesterday's war report. What plagues? Receive not of what plagues? These plagues. And this shall be the plague. The plagues are the missiles in this case. Yes, the CV-19 is a plague too. But this plague, and this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. All right? their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet. Don't have me go get Sarah Connor and Terminator 2. Okay? I can easily do that. Their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. Those are nuclear missiles. All right? Now, back to, let's see, we go forward. And receive not of her plagues. Come out of her. Come up hither. Come up. Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her nuclear missiles. All right? Let's get Revelation 11. Revelation 11. Bear with me. Revelation 11 and 12. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. Come out of her. Come out of who? Babylon the Great. And what happened when they heard that voice? And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud. Watch yesterday's World War III Daily update, and you'll understand what the clouds are. All right? And their enemies beheld them. All right? So they got beamed up into the chariots of Israel. This is what it means to be saved. All right? Come out of her. Come up hither. Right? And the same hour was there a great earthquake. What caused the world to shake on its axis? All of those nukes going off at the same time. And the 10th part of the city, what is the 10th part of the city? All 10 FEMA zones. Okay? What city? The great city. Babylon, the great city. America. And the 10th part of the city fell. And in the earthquake, right, when all of those missiles hit, were slain of men, everybody. 7 means completion. So if you didn't get beamed up, if you didn't ascend up to heaven in a cloud, you were slain. Everybody. Got it? Got it? This is 1 Thessalonians 4 and 17. Then we which are alive and remain, right, shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air. Getting beamed up. All right? Before the destruction. The destruction is them nuclear missiles. What does it mean to be? I'm saved. A Christian will tell you quick, fast. I'm saved. I'm saved. All right, explain to me what it means to be saved. Well, you give your life over to Christ, and you said, no, idiot. Being saved, if you were drowning in a pool, I came by and pulled you up out of the fucking pool before you drowned. I saved you. Being saved is to be saved from sudden death. Okay? And I'm showing you right here. All right? Who's going to be saved? The elect of Israel is going to be saved. All right? Anyway, back to, let's watch a couple of videos now. Wait, real quick, where were we? Because something was important here. What is this? That's Revelation. Skip back to Zechariah 13, I think. Let's see. That have fought against Jerusalem. I think it was 14. It says, and this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite who? He's going to kill who? All the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Who's that? All right. Let's go to Joel real quick. Because I can name the conspiracy. If I go to read Psalm the 83rd chapter, and it names those people. All right. Joel 3, for behold, in those days, in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, the Israelites, whoever put them in slavery, here's what's going to happen. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat and will plead with them there for my people, for my heritage Israel. What does it mean to plead with them? He can put them on trial. Whom they have scattered. Who is they? Who scattered them? All nations who have fought against who? Jerusalem. We just read that in Zechariah. Okay? Let's read this in NLT. And at the time of those events, says the Lord, when I restore the prosperity, when I pull my people out of slavery, because they're still in slavery to this day, right here in America, getting shot in the back in the street, can't get a job, being held back, red line, we could go all the way through it. You can pull yourself up by your own. We'll see what's going to happen real quick here. I will gather the armies of the world into the valley of Jehoshaphat, which is the Middle East. There I will judge them for harming my people. Who are his people? Israel. My special possession, for scattering my people among the nations and for dividing up my land. They threw dice to decide which of my people would be their slaves. They traded boys to obtain prostitutes and sold girls for enough wine to get drunk. What is God going to do? Gather all nations. There will I put them on trial for what they did to my inheritance, my people Israel. There will I judge them. He's going to slaughter them. And I will enter into judgment. He's going to pass judgment, and then there's the penalty. We're going into the penalty phase. All right? Enter into judgment. Plead. Plead your case. Enter into judgment. And there will I deal with them and enter into judgment. Enter into judgment. I shall judge with them there, plead with them there, and I will bring charges against those nations. There will I judge them for all they have done to my people. I will set out my case against them there on behalf of my people, my heritage Israel. You see what's going on here? This is what World War III is about, right? I will execute like an executioner. This is God. God is the execution. Judge, jury, and execute. I will execute judgment. We already know what you've done. All right? Good enough. All right, so let's go to Secret Files. See what's going on in the Valley of Jehoshaphat. Secret Files 333, 1 hour ago. Let's update this and see if it's still an hour. 1 hour ago. U.S. and Taliban, what? Together against ISIS, while Britain, what? Abstains. Why is the U.S. and Taliban together? Why did the U.S. give them all of those weapons and tanks and planes and Black Hawks? How were they able to just fly them the next day? Doesn't it take a great training to be able to fly a damn Black Hawk? Let's watch this.
This is
Slovakia. Wow. Wow. Look at this weapon.
for NASA to keep astronauts fit on the International Space Station. I've now miniaturized it into a full-body gym that fits.
Oh, wow. It's a gym. I thought it was a weapon.
U.S. and Taliban together against ISIS, while Britain abstains. In an interview with The Telegraph last week, the Chief of Staff of the Royal Air Force Chief Sir Mike Wigston, suggested that despite the withdrawal of NATO, and therefore the United States, from Afghanistan, the British Air Force was ready to strike.
What the hell is going on over there in Afghanistan? I thought the U.S. was over there fighting against Afghanistan. It looks like they're allies here. Okay, what's going on?
If necessary, by Islamic State, IS or ISIS.
Where did Afghanistan get? See, here's what happened. U.S. goes in, bombs and strafes, erects an Afghani army, right? Outfits them with weapons and tanks and all of that. And then they're supposedly fighting against the Taliban. Within 24 hours, the Afghan army hands over all the equipment to the Taliban. Why? What's going on over there? Now the Taliban is fully armed and ready to fight. Even sold some munitions and some weapons to Iran. What the hell is going on?
Including its Afghan-Pakistani branch. We must be able to play our part in the international coalition to defeat Daesh, whether it is a strike or the relocation of troops and equipment to a
international coalition. So the Taliban is on our side now. Does that make sense?
particular country on a large scale and quick.
The Afghan army, yeah, but the Taliban, what's going on?
He said, insist
maybe ISIS is on our side too when we need them.
That British forces be ready to intervene when a direct or indirect threat looms over Britain and its allies. He added, Afghanistan is perhaps one of the most inaccessible regions in the world, and we can act there. However, the head of the RAF did not say how he intends to do so, given that Afghanistan is a landlocked country and that there is very little chance that its neighbors will allow fighter bombers to fly over their territory, whose mission will be to destroy training ISK or Al-Qaeda camps. Moreover, due to the lack of intelligence and
so we got Taliban, Al-Qaeda, we got ISIS. We could just throw out any boogeyman that we want and make up any damn story. But what's going on the ground here? All right? That's good on that. Here's what's going on. Here's what God is doing. Fuck everything else. All right? Here's what God said. I will gather the armies of the world into the valley of Jehoshaphat. That's what's going on. An ambush is being laid for who? The armies of the world, all of them. Okay? That's what this is. All right? Let's read some of these headlines. Taliban declares end to war with Panjshir. Israel's alarmist claims raise the stakes against two. Iran. That's the Middle East. Biden gives money to Afghanis. Hamas. Attack on Israel. UK ready to attack ISIS-K. Syria. Israeli. Russian. Where's China? China. China sends troops to Afghanistan. Okay? What's going on? Britain. German. You see how everybody's being drawn over there? Gaza. India. Ready for war. Russia, India, and China are preparing what? To enter what? To enter Afghanistan. NATO. North Atlantic Treaty Organization. What do we have going on in the Middle East? I will gather the armies of the world into the Middle East. The valley of Yahweh, that's God's name, Yahweh. Shaphat means judgment. There will I judge them. Where? In the valley of God's judgment. All right? Buckle your seatbelts, get your popcorn out. All right, so that's today's daily update, and we'll see you tomorrow. We hope that the elect were edified, and with that, we're going to say Shabbat Shalom.